So before we go any further, let's just have a look on the outside. So of course we've got the tempered glass on one side. We obviously then have our powerful front, which obviously also has tempered glass, and we can see all of the cooling effects in here. On the back side, we have, of course, all of our perforated side panels, which means it breathes very, very nicely, all about keeping cool. Backside, everything any man could want in his life, okay? Then at the top, we've got 4 USB slots here, so let's have a quick look at those. So what I want to do is reiterate how we have structured this one and how we have organized it, okay? So let me run through the case details before we go any further. What we can see, obviously, tempered glass. This one's slightly different because it comes on the outside. It comes with our secure screws, okay? I'm not going to take this all the way off because this one is it's slightly bigger and I don't want to play with it too much. But this one, all you need to do is pop on the screws and it will easily pop open, okay? I'm not going to do that because it actually isn't reflecting too much light. But what we'll do is we'll introduce the 4301 with one chassis but 2 different front panels, okay? So the front panel is this one right here. This one comes with 2 separate configurations. I have got the tempered glass, which is the one that we can see through here, but you can also have it with a mesh metal, okay? And these are obviously replaceable. This one, we like to demonstrate as much color as possible. So 1, 2, 3, we can see the fans inside. And this one is just really stunning. This is the tempered glass. It can also come with a mesh option as well. But just look at this inside as I talk about the rest, okay? So usually the tempered glass panel, let's talk about the difference between the metal and the glass. The tempered glass panel makes a stronger gaming atmosphere. It just looks fantastic, while the mesh creates a decent and a soft ARGB light effect as well, and has a strong venting support. Now the top cover plate on this one is 360mm radiator for strong cooling support. You can feel the air traveling out of it. And the case dimension it supports is E-ATX motherboard installation, which can be used as a server, workstation, and or, if you're in the modern world in 2022, also for mining as well. It also supports long PSU installation of up to 220mm, okay? And it also supports E-ATX motherboards, okay? It supports vertical installation of the VGA card. It has PVC filters for dust proofing. It has a large space on top for the 360 water cooler installation. Now, this is what I said wrong last time, so pay careful attention here. What we can see on the top here is this is the 360 water cooler installation, which we've got at the top here. So it looks cool. So we can see here the cables coming in and going right up to the top here. So these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things here are really serving a great purpose. It has independent PSU chamber for easy venting. It has locating cylinder for easy and smooth installing experience. And it has a multi-HDD installation support. It also, there's so much more. It has a 240mm radiator installed on the MB tray. And it has a thick material to provide steadiness, firmness, and to reduce shaking and vibration, okay, to make it feel that extra quality. So let's look about the installation plan, the suggested installation plan like we've got here. First of all is, of course, the ATX motherboard. Our suggestion is the ROG STRAX 7690A Gaming or the MIS PRO 7690A Wi-Fi ROG MSI Gigabyte, which all have the latest Z690 series motherboard, or the Asus Prime B560 Plus, which is one choice with the highest price performance, okay? Hopefully some of these have been displayed on the screen earlier. Supply. We will put inside this our SAMA 1200 watt long PSU, okay? Now the HDD cage can be moved forward and backwards according to different requirements, and the max PSU length can be 220mm. It can support any long power supplies truly easily, okay? Now, we've already talked about those power units, so I won't go too much detail now. Next, of course, in our installation plan is, of course, the VGA card. The maximum length is 415mm, okay, from the front without radiator and mother tray without the bottom bracket. But our suggestion is to use the MSI Trio GE Force, the RTX 3060 Ti, which is the 323mm, or the Asus ATS RTX 3070 08G Gaming LHR, or the MSI Supreme X GE Force RTX 3070 Ti8G. It's a lot of information, but hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, regarding the liquid cooler, that, according to our suggested installation plan, like we say, is on the top cover. Okay, so we'll put inside our Sammy CY the 360mm liquid cooler, and we've already talked about that, but it just looks truly fantastic and is based on the top here. Unfortunately, the lights are really bright here, so you can't quite see the colors, but they really do look stunning. Next, of course, in our suggested installation plan is the HDD SSD and the fans. So what we can do is at the front, we have space for 3 14cm cooling fans, of course, the latest model. We can have on the top 3 12cm cooling fans, the latest model, the same look with the 14cm fan, only a different size. And at the rear, we can have one 12cm cooling fan, which we can see here buzzing and enlightening the rear of the computer tower as well. Now, that can be replaced with 2 HDD brackets, which supports 1 HDD or 2 SSD installations. And then finally, we move on to the multi-HDD support. Okay, now that supports 6 HDD brackets on an MB tray, 2 HDD brackets on top of the PSU chamber, and 1 HDD bracket on the back of the MB tray.